Hello peoples, Golden Boy here. We're back with more Let's Play Metaphor Refantazio, and what might very well be is the very last episode. We're wrapping up the epilogue by talking to all our friends and hearing what the community has to say. The king himself out browsing the shops. Ha! Perhaps I need to draft up a royal certificate of appointment. Tell the world we supply goods to the royal family. You're embarrassing me. Why stop there? You can give me a signed handprint to display on the walls. Ha! No, just my little joke. We're doing quite well even without royal endorsement. The igniter I made at the children's request, the one that lights up in rainbow colors, is selling startlingly well. The store was packed with families and children. No. I now hold a position where I control the distribution of all manner of goods throughout the kingdom as head of the igniter consultorium. I can't help but think that if I'd been in the position sooner, then the church's violence, the tragedy of that village could have been prevented. It wasn't your fault. I know that. I only rose to this position once you became king and shed light on what lurked in the shadows of this country. Though you can't take full credit, as it were, I was nominated for my new position by my colleagues. Our new king has changed this country for the better. However, as a former arms dealer, it would be naive to think all weapons can ever disappear from this world. It's all the more reason I hope that the reasons for people to wield them continue to decline. To that end, I'll continue doing all that I possibly can with all that I am. Just as you do. Ah yes, do you remember my dog? I found the ones who took her. Naturally, I considered ending their lives. But there she was, sitting beside them. Evidently, they could not bring themselves to harm such a sweet creature. So I decided to keep her instead. I had no choice but to spare their lives. I couldn't subject a gentle dog to the atrocities I'd committed in her name. You should come play with her sometime. I'm sure she remembers you. Thank God the dog survived! That's awesome. Hello, people. After all that fuss about the kingdom, the one who ended up on the throne was the blood heir after all. Oh, the irony. He had the strength to take down Louis, I'll give him that. But in the end, I guess blood's all that ever matters. He was the only viable choice of the lot. Who knows if he'll be a decent king? Suppose that all depends on what he does next. Is that Batlin? Yeah, it is. Well, hello there, Your Majesty. As laid back as ever, I see. I myself have been crying like a baby, for I find my position as the Chairman of Parliament quite an unfamiliar one. Chairman of Parliament, huh? Still, I've considered these open to all parliamentary meetings. Compiling all those opinions is indeed hard work, but work is well worth doing. It won't be easy for those who were at the church's beck and call to change, but I think they've been starting to see what they've turned a blind eye to. At least a bit, no? A person who speaks the real truth to the public without yielding to authority. That's what my father and I wished for. A true and proper town crier. This country's turned over a new leaf, but there's still many problems to work out. It seems the rural regions are still suffering from human havoc. All I'm saying is we've a long way from utopia, but still, the first step is as support as the last, and we're taking big ones. Church crier? Just recently, a sanctor in Brawlhaven was brought to judgment. His crime? Using Platypus subject for atrocious igniter experiments. The church reaffirmed its dedication to cracking down on inhuman acts such as these. Wow, the church is actually owning up to its scandals. The town criers around here sure have changed. Nah, they're just trying to put on a good show for the new king. Doing things like they always say would only send them spiraling further. True. Guido! Wait. Let me talk to a Denny.
Yeah.
Hello there, Your Majesty. It's great to see you doing as well as ever. I've just left a meeting with the provincial lords. I also preached and started teachings in various areas when the opportunity arises. Many still push back against such teachings, but that's perfectly fine. A country is well served by different perspectives. Many of the villagers have come around to this too, you know. I think that's because you all face such danger on our behalf. Still, it won't be easy to change the entirety of Ukrainia. Its history is embedded deep in its roots. The country is larger, and some people will all need all the power you have. The true test of your values has only just begun. Hey, at least you're not trying to kill me over your sister. Guido!
Oh,
Huh, are you surveying the city incognito, your majesty? Your escorts would be aghast. Not that I think anyone is truly capable of harming you. As you are aware, faith in the Saint's Church plummeted after our misdeeds were exposed. I admit, we were arrogant and unjust, wicked in custom. But people have found salvation to the Church as well. I intend to restore the Saint's Church to its true purpose, to offer salvation to those in need. As Sanctiarch, and as someone who was saved by the Saint's faith myself, that is all I can do to return the favor. Guido, I'm glad you turned over a new leaf, because you were really bad at the beginning. Jesus Christ. The man did a 180. And it wasn't really sudden, it was like... gradual? No. It was reasonable, yeah. It was reasonable. Considering all that happened with Rella, Borden. Especially with Rella. I'm glad he came to that realization. You see magic without an igniter? What? Okay, wife. Working hard as ever, Golden Boy? Were you going about town and listening to what people have to say? Myself, I've just come from the Crown Court, where I've been consulting with the people about their grievances and disputes as Chief Magistrate. Oh, okay. I don't know about these. Oh, you know what? Oh, I see. Yeah, she would want to handle it herself. Our court is taking on common grievances? In the past, we were busy with cases of violence and theft, but those have decreased remarkably. As you're undoubtedly aware, in the past many citizens were sentenced to hang without so much as a trial. I'm pleased to report things are different now. Anyone, regardless of race or status, can tell their side of the story in court and be judged equally and fairly. Good. It just goes to show anything is possible, even for a priestess to become a chief magistrate. And my brother is making great strides as village chief. He rather hated the role before, but he's truly found his calling, I think. As I said, no one knows what the future holds. It's all the more reason I can try to guide people to good choices. I want to live in a society that practices kindness, where those who suffer need not turn to crime. And so I practice what I preach. The other day I went to visit Obi Church to inquire with those who are sick there about how the kingdom can be more accessible to them. How is Obi? Yes, we practiced dancing together and then we showed her mother. All of them are ready to ease into working again. Here that made me reflect on all the people who still need our help. Until now, the only hope those people had was God. I want to fight for them to have options, under laws and the system that they can rely on in addition to higher power. A country where all the tribes with all their values can join hands in harmony. That's what we need. You aim to achieve that too, yes, Your Majesty? I hope you allow me to keep walking alongside you in this. Yeah, the new fit looks really good. I'm kinda gonna miss the green pants. It is what it is, though. Wait, where is... Alright, let's go to the Grand Cathedral. Godard! Well, if it isn't your majesty. It's been a year since you ascended to the throne, and a quick one at that. It feels like the strife with Louis was but a bad dream. Had you asked me then, I would have been wringing my hands about one so young leading the kingdom. But now, I'm embarrassed to have thought it. You had a keen eye to recognize the danger Louis posed, and a braver still to have fought him. You had a kingly caliber I never truly possessed. Still, a single year is but a drop in the proverbial bucket. Stay vigilant, my king. Hey, the shopkeeper! Oh, your majesty. It's been quite some time since we met, but I've never forgotten you. You were a young Elda about town from the recruitment center to the mausoleum. I watched from the shadows. Excuse me. There are still times where people hurl abuse on me for being Mustari. However, thanks to your majesty, I can run my business with pride. Just goes to show that it's going to take some time to eliminate prejudice like that. We've got to keep it up. Well, if it isn't the ex-candidate Milo. Ah, your majesty. It's already been a year since you ascended to the throne, and 1 year since I've lost my bid for you. Thinking back, I have no regrets. I'd not have been able to defeat Louis in the end, as you did. That's candid of you. I don't know what I expected, really, but I believe in your power, your majesty. Though, I'll not acquiesce on all fronts, you know. Excuse me, I'm gonna cough. Sorry about that, I had to cough. Though I'll not acquiesce on all fronts, you know. You need to look further than your 6 partisans, your merry little band. I can appreciate your faith in your inner circle, but to award them all your key posts? Why, one might suspect you of collusion. A country requires views from all walks of life. Or, put another way, why not appoint me your prime minister? With my guidance, Ukraine would become a land of true beauty. Just when you think he's about to make a decent point, he plays his own angle. Don't let your guard down around that guy. Yep. Yeah, this guy. Salva! Well, if it isn't His Majesty. The captain of the Royal Guard was looking for you. As the former guard captain of the Cadadrius, perhaps I should report your whereabouts. I can't deny that. Just giving you a hard time. It'd be hard to shake my old habits, despite the fact that I'm Captain Salva of the State Army now. I parted ways with Louis shortly before his runner made for the Skyborn Royal Palace. When I saw the horror that Zorba had become, I knew the world he wanted was no world of mine. I thought I found my place within Louis's private forces after being disgusted by the shameless corruption of the Royal Army, but his true intentions were worse than I could imagine. It was the general who pulled me back in. He said my experience leading a force of mixed tribes would be invaluable. I'd only taken a job in hopes of atoning, so it's a strange twist to serve with pride in the State Army I once so detested. Still, I wonder why he bothered with us. I wonder why his lordship bothered with us else. Yeah, honestly. Yeah, Louis had a lot going on. It really wasn't all black and white. Pardon! Well, an unexpected coincidence, Your Majesty. No guards with you today. Ha, don't worry. I'm no tattletale. I myself just left a meeting going over how the provincial governments are doing. We convene for the new year. How are things in Matsuda? Oh, it's as lively as it used to be, and we owe it all to you. That dodgy mess you cleaned up for us feels like ancient history now. And I'm pleased to report, as head of the provincial lords, It's nothing but good news reaching my ears. Better relations between towns is employment up and overall welfare too. Each town has specialties and wisdom to offer, and when we combine our heads, there's no problem we can't solve. I just feel so blessed to be part of it all. I know I made some blunders when I first stepped into the governor's role, but I'm happy to share my failings so others don't repeat my mistakes. That brings me back. I know I was trying to do too much on my own back then, and I got a bit overzealous. Of course, some lords are like I was once, and would rather manage things at their sole discretion than leave things to the people. And yes, taking every matter to public opinion can be laborious, what with all the proceedings and disputes. Still, changing our lives with our own hands make the process worth the trouble. And choosing a king of our own will was all the inspiration we needed for change. Let's see. Katarina! Oh, well, if it ain't the big man himself. Good timing, mate. I just got back into town myself. Long time no see. Ain't it been? I've been traveling since I took the reins on the Seekers Recon team. Hard to believe it's been half a year. And crazy doesn't begin to describe what's beyond the sea. The sights, the magic, everything's so fantastic. I'm already itching to get back out there. Well, I'm not especially keen on dodging the bloody cannonballs when my ship gets too close. Lots of tension out there, but what country isn't a little tense? Everything from the customs to the way they think is so different. My head spins. Makes all the tribal bickering seem right dull if I can speak my mind. But this country's changing for the better. I'm glad I turned over the throne to you. I appreciate it. Oh, come on, I'm just roasting you. After we knocked heads, I knew that I could trust you with making the lives of us platypus better than they was. All my court have found jobs, and some of them have even picked up new skills from being out at sea so long. But don't you worry your kingly head. I'll have it all whipped up in a report for you. Do something proper kingish with it, will ya? So just stroll. Yeah, that's it. Where's my goat? Damn, stroll, okay. I mean, everyone had awesome attire, but his is like really standing out.
Yo.
Ah, skulking about the city again, are we? Which is to say, Hilkenberger's on the hunt. The classic game of cat and mouse. Though who is which, I dare not say. It's been a year since you've ascended the throne, but it's like you've hardly changed. Aw. I could say the same to you. Ahem, that's Lord or General Stroll, Your Majesty. I'll never get used to such titles. Lord Stroll. I really should take a page from Juna's book. She has a gift for delegating, and she was born to do so. Not that I can talk. I actually came out for a bit of a breather myself. You know, I see now that even those at the top have their struggles. A little too clearly. A general's duties feel overwhelming at times. Ah, general. But there are lives hanging in the balance. I recognize the weight of every decision I make, and I do find satisfaction in protecting those lives. No. Remember our first meeting back at the recruitment center? I, a fallen noble with nothing to my name, and you, a struggling elder traveler. Back then, my only goal was getting ahead. My people were little more than an afterthought. If I hadn't met you, I'd never have realized the truth about my fortune, my father's intentions, and I certainly couldn't have saved the Hollians. I owe seeing the joy in their faces to you. I think I've said it before, but again, thank you. Hey, give yourself some credit. I would still owe any credit I could take to you for showing me the way. They live stable, peaceful lives thanks to you. You have a whole country on your shoulders now. The road ahead will be full of challenges we can't possibly foresee. But show me the way and I'll blaze the trail. And now and always. It's my role as a warrior to be the vanguard. Our titles may have changed, but I like to think our friendship is steadfast as ever. Don't hesitate to rely on me now and always. Wait. Because I was thinking general, but that'd be that other guy from before, but he's kind of got the... It kind of feels more like he took Louis' spot. The Grand Cathedral. Thinking back to last year, I feel like it's a miracle it's still standing like this. Yeah, it's something. Crazy what all happened. Oh, hey! Lady Gurude? Ah, it's been quite some time, hasn't it, Golden Boy? You matured a great deal in the short years since I last saw you. Rumors of your rule have reached even the sanctum. Some are kinder than others. Taking the reins of a runaway country must have its share of difficulties. Your face tells me as much. The frail child who could do little more than lie on the brink of death has come so far. Goodness, tears come so easily with old age. I'm grateful for you. I did nothing. You're the one who achieved everything. I'm surprised to see you in Grand Trad, Lady Gurude. It's a curious thing. I received a rather forceful invitation here, you see, from one of your friends, a girl named Juna. Goodness knows how many times she's already come to visit the sanctum, seeking instruction on magic. Some of the villagers are rather smitten with her. She declared that if I wouldn't feel welcome coming to Grand Trad, she would have a highway built directly between the capital and the sanctum. Oh, Juna, and she probably would. So there you have it. Now then, Golden Boy, or rather, King. The 1,000-year seclusion of the Elder Tribe may soon come to an end under your guidance. And yet, the journey ahead of you will be hard. The dreams you hope to achieve will feel just out of reach. So do stop by and show your face around our forest sometime. Your mother cannot do so herself, but I can whip up some of her favorite dishes in her spirit. Oh. No more seclusion. Oh, talking about Basilio, okay. Also, are the Mustadi not wearing the mask, or no? I haven't noticed. I'm trying to look. People are out and about. Closure. I only saw a few Mustadi. And some of them that are here are still wearing the mask. I think that's everyone. Okay. I guess we'll go see Maria. I think we've heard all we can from the people. Should we head to where Maria is? Yeah, let's go see her. That reminds me, what's up with the book you're carrying around now? Is that the one you've been working on yourself? I'm excited to see what kind of fantasy you can conjure up. But maybe that's not even a word for it. After all, if you're the one putting it in ink, that means you're going to make it a reality someday. Now then, Your Majesty, shall we get going? Nadia, what we got? Oh, it's open. Okay, so the Mustari still are wearing helmets. Some of them. Hey! Gracias! Am I keeping my promise?
いつかの約束自分は守れているかな
悪い人をやっつけて町の人に笑顔が増えたよ。お父さんもきっと喜んでると思う。よかったね。マリアに言ってもらえると私も本当に嬉しい。
It's a joy to see kids like her smile. The future changes slowly, and the burden of its momentum will fall on their shoulders one day.
私もね、できることから頑張ってみようと思うんだ。私ね、みんなに伝えたいんだ。誰かと手をつなげば世界はきっと変わるって。あれから何回もファビアンヌさんのご飯お腹空いた人たちに食べてもらったんだよ。そこで自分の場所が分かったって人もいた。きっと私もそうやってみんなで一緒に変わっていけば王様とお父さんの夢にも近づくでしょ。
A place where I ought to be, a side of myself I ought to show. The path is never clear.
私も何かお手伝いしたい。だってみんながニコニコ笑ってる国がいいから。
You make a trusty advisor.
よろしく心強い側近さん
ありがとう王様。ありがとう王様。
ありがたいのはこっちだな。あの笑顔はこの国の明るい未来そのものだ。
Yeah. Hey guys.
みんな久しぶり。元気してた？
せっかくだし私もアルセスに挨拶をしておこうと思ってな。
おい、あの方たちはもしかして。俺見ろ、人目を引いてるぞ。ぞろぞろいかんでも
いいじゃねえか。たまには全員集合。
Yeah, it's alright. The 6 partisans? And the king? Crazy.
地道に凱旋車で地べた走ってきたんすか？転移魔法あんだから迎えに王様呼びゃよかったのに。
お前な。
いいのよ。私が国の様子を見て回りたかったの。
That's fair.
都会と違って地方はまだ結構荒れてるわね。強化現象も残ってるし人間も相変わらず出るみたい。
Odd human?
その都度兵を連れて乗り込んではいるが遠方の声まで残らず拾うのはなかなか難しい。
当たり前だけど王様になったからって急に全部を見渡せるようになんかならないもんね。
去年の俺と同じだな。結局世の中外出て足で稼がんとわからねえことだらけだ。
He's right. The capital can be a bit of a bubble. There will always be more to do and learn beyond its walls.
1年前なら直接飛んでったとこだな。けどまあ今なら多少は留守にしても回るんじゃねえか。
まあこうなる可能性も考えて準備くらいは進めている。
とはいえまだ1年だ。君主の衛星が増えれば悪さを企む者はどうしても増える。
お、いたいた、あそこだ。なあ、言ったろ、あれ王様だろ。
さすがに目立ちすぎたか。
よう王様。
何がよう王様だ。
落ち着け。秒で抜こうとするんじゃない。外へ繰り出してきたのはこっちだろう。
王様、いつもありがとな。あんたのおかげでだいぶ暮らしやすくなったぜ。
いろいろあるけどさ、一緒に頑張っていきましょう。応援してるからさ。
みんな応援してくれてる。なんか去年の景色が蘇ってくるね。
そうだな。こういう声聞いてっと思い出しちまうぜ。
Yeah.
あの旅をな。
結構人が増えてきたね。そろそろ仕事に戻りましょう。
ああ、すべきことはまだまだ山積みだ。
My bad, guys. We didn't mean to draw a crowd.
それからほどなくの新年。
Some days later. Road trip? We gotta go out explore, guys. We gotta go see what's going on out there. Let's go. Yes. You know what time it is? Big old map.
旅？ちょっと本当に行くつもり？
There's more I have to see.
やっぱり自分の目で確かめたいんだ。
世界の様子をちゃんと知りたいってわけね。ま、王様だもんね。
そいつは楽しそうだが、旅となるとお忍びでその辺歩くのとはわけが違う。
Come on, nurse. You know when to go.
民の期待を背負った国王様だ。王様らしく王都にでんと構えとくって選択もあるぜ。
I just want to do what I can.
できることをしたいんだ。それが国王らしくないなら地位にこだわりはない。
ちょっと冗談でもやめて。
相変わらずの肝っ玉だな。ま、言いたいことはわかるぜ。マグラや人間ってのは国に渦巻く不安そのものだ。ってことはそれがどこにどんくらいあんのか目で見て回れるわけだ。不安と向き合えねえまんまじゃ人が上を向けねえ。人が上向かねえんじゃ国や社会が上向くはずもねえ。
Yep.
だから確かめたい。それが君主として一番にすべきことだってとこか。
Even the most faraway future begins with the beliefs that it can be realized. So I'll press onward. That's the best I can do.
それならそう言ってよね。も
俺はいいと思うぜ。楽しそうだしな。てか、それでこそ俺の知ってる我らが王様ってもんだ。となりゃ宮廷技師の俺も音もするしかねえよな。王族専用の凱旋車は俺にしか運転できねえしな。伝説の旅路再びってやつだ。おいお前ら聞こえたか？
Everyone's here? Yeah.
王様、勝手に話を進めるな。まったく。
城を出るならお声がけよとあれほど言ったでしょ。まったく。
ニューラス、あらかじめ呼んでたってこと？
話が早いだろ。てかなんだよ。6本槍なのに2本だけじゃねえか。
さすがに全員で払うわけにいくか。
お、その口ぶりだと止めねえってことか。
ヒュルケンベルグと話し合ってな。もしお前が行くと言い出したら止めるより俺たちもついていこうと決めた。
Are you sure?
本当にいいのか？ルイとの最後の戦いを思い出してな。あの時国のみんなは俺たちの理念や言い分だけを応援してくれたわけじゃない。
今まさに頭上で怪物と戦っている。そんな姿を応援してくれたんだ。いつだって人は最後には体験や感情で物事を決める。正しくても仕組みが確かでも顔が見えない相手をいつまでも信じていられない。孤独を拭えない存在だ。
だから世界をもう一度見てこようって考えには反対しない。顔が見える王になるために必要なことだろう。
A very wise move. My friends and allies believe as I do. The support is the greatest treasure I could have.
しかしこのように新年早々とは困った陛下であらせられる。
It's like my bad. But I love you guys though.
また一緒に行けて俺も嬉しいぜ。
けど本当に大丈夫なの？将軍とこの絵
It'll be fine. Somebody will handle it.
この絵が王に付き従うのはむしろ当然だ。それに私一人が不在なくらいでふぬける我が隊ではない。
Yeah.
なんとかしてみせるさ。信じて人に任せる。俺たちこそが率先してやらなきゃな。
Thank you.
みんなありがとう。なら出発だ。
かの日、私の声を聞き答えたもうた人よ。幻想とは無力な作り物か。あの問いの答えはきっと誰もが生きている限り問われ続ける。しかし彼はきっと成し遂げるだろう。君が信じて導いてくれたおかげだ。未だ希望を失わぬ異教の住人に願い導きを得ること、それこそが我が王の魔法の真の姿。
Oh.
君は求めに応え希望を、すなわち幻想の力を見事示した。なんと恐れ知らずで軽やかで心躍る導きだったろう。ありがとう。
We'll see the rest of the crew soon enough. On the road, maybe?
久しぶりだな。
ああ、頬に当たる風が懐かしい。
柄にもなく詩人だな。
Hey! Well, well.
てかひどくない？置いていこうとするなんて。まあ、転移魔法ですぐ戻れるでしょってついてきた私たちも大きなことは言えませんが。
つうかよ、この子に新しい景色を見せてやりたかったしな。
Hey yo! Maria!
皮肉だな。王爵の消滅でマグラが整い、砂地に緑が戻るとは。
Oh. Oh yeah.
こっちの方が断然好き。
行こう。
Now we really gotta be careful and protect Maria. It's fine though, we're goated, we're strong. Credits. No, that ending was perfect, guys. Wow. Amazing game. No, you know what? I have to say, as far as games go, as when you incorporate storytelling and the mechanics, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. This was an amazing new IP. And I love the reveals at the end, the twists and turns. I love the antagonist of the story, Louis. You love him, you hate him. Some find him really sexy. I don't know, you guys are wild. And no, all the characters are just... You love all the characters in this game. And like, I could really nitpick. Like, I think I mentioned this before. The weakest bond in the game definitely has to be Barden, but just by a little bit. Because it's just so silly how... How do I put this? It's not by much. Like, okay, if everyone else is like a 10, then Barden's like a 9.7. It's really not that big different. And it's mostly just because his issue is so... It's a self-written tragedy. He did it to himself. And it's something that could have easily been avoided, but you know, it happens to the best of us. We get in over our heads, and Yeah, like he said, he got overzealous. But yeah, all the bonds in here were solid. I won't point out any other specific games, but there are some situations where you play these games and the bonds, they just feel like they're there to be there. Or, yes, they provide some benefit overall, but you don't really get the fulfillment from engaging in that bond. So what is this? Have we seen this before? Maybe? I'm not sure. No, it's a little different. The artwork, I mean. Yeah, and the music. I love the OSTs. I really want to look into it now that I can look up stuff without spoilers. And see what kind of music this is based off of, because it was really unique. And it fit the theme of the game so well. The dialogue too. Everything was so refreshing for this genre of game. The dialogue was very very centered, very balanced, very down to earth. It wasn't too over the top. It fit the setting of the game in the fantasy setting, if you will. And it was just really enjoyable. All the characters are amazing. The MC was a breath of fresh air. Someone who had a lot of personality, had a lot of engagement, had dialogue, spoke. The combat was fun, and you know, there was some optional stuff. I played on hard, so I had to engage in all the extra stuff, you know, just stay on the level. It really got hard toward the end, and you guys didn't see, but there was like at least 3 or 4 hours of me doing the last area and fighting all the extra bosses, which in reality you had to do because you saw how long this last fight took, and that was after I did everything else to weaken said boss, which wasn't mentioned, by the way, which is something I will nitpick. So okay, I'll drop my score from a 10 to a 9.8. 1 point for that, for not clarifying that weakness, and 2, the grind and management of MP in this game. It can be rough. Luckily, I had a good reserve of items because I did a lot too on the side. But if I had gotten to that fight with a lack of MP, that would have been rough. And it would have just taken me longer. I would have had to again load a save and either grind levels or look for other items. Now going into the theme of the games, there are going to be people, and I'm pretty sure there already have been, that will criticize a game like this being, oh well, right, okay, yeah, we get it, racism is bad. Yes, it is emphasizing that point, that plot point, that theme. But at the same time, it's not trying to be in your face about it to a degree, I guess you could say. It's bringing up that point in the story because that's the setting. But at the same time, it acknowledges that yes, it's an issue, but it's not a simple issue. And many of the characters really went into this in their dialogue. Heisme, for one, was an example. Stoll also. That they acknowledge that discrimination isn't something that's it's just going to disappear overnight, and there are a lot of issues to tackle. And if society is to be... what's the word I want to say? Yeah, if a society is to be diverse, it has to acknowledge those differences, not just try to obscure them. And Stroll also, when we spoke about oh, we discussed the idea of a utopia. It sounds nice in theory, but as the past showed, if there really was a utopia, why did it fail? And there really might not be an ideal utopia. It's just a dream to strive for and an ideal to make things as great as they can possibly be. But it will never be perfect. And that's okay. Nothing has to be perfect. We just have to work. We just have to strive for the best in everything. So that, yeah, it's a really big point I love about the game. It acknowledges the faults and it doesn't try to sugarcoat everything and make everything. Yes, it's a fantasy, but it doesn't mean it has to be a fantasy. So yeah, I really love that part about the game. The archetype system was really interesting. A lot of different playstyles you can do for this game. A lot of different builds. So that's really good for replayability. And toward the end, like I did a lot of the optional stuff. I only missed one tower dragon, and that was just because I ran out of time and I wanted to focus on getting my bonds up to the max. So one dragon I missed, one bond I couldn't complete. There were some extra battles I could have done too to get some more equipment, but I got some pretty like S-class rank equipment toward the end. So I was pretty set. And I was still left over with a good bunch of consumables, partially thanks to my luck build. Oh, and if you didn't know, yes, this was all on a luck build, so hey, maybe it would have gone a lot quicker if I built just pure magic or pure strength. Excuse me, pure strength. No, Atlus really made something incredible here. And it felt really... It felt long, but again, that was because I was playing on hard. Normal probably would have been a lot smoother. And definitely a lot more shorter as a series. But me, not only did I do a bunch of the side stuff, I spoke to a lot of the side characters, some of the NPCs to get more of the world building. And also just me reading through the memorandum, which I really appreciated too. The UI was amazing. The design, the interface. I was able to get a lot in item-wise. And I'm wondering how New Game Plus is going to look. If I'm going to have all the archetypes just unlocked or what. Oh, let's see what happens here.
Toki Ikyo no hito yo. Kimi ni totte kono tabi wa kitto maboroshi ni suginu mono. Daga, douka kono maboroshi no tabi no kiyoku ga kimi no genjitsu ni oite mo kagayakeru kibou to naran koto.
It did. It really did.
幻想が君の力とならんことを。
Oh, more epilogue. Is that the Kadajurius? No. Oh, it could be, actually.
見ろよ。残骸が今や観光名所だ。
未知の景色に変わっていくな。
見に行きましょう。どこまでも。
A new book.
旅立ちか。太古、人は栄華を極めながらも滅んだ。私はそれを知り、目指す理想を書に表した。幻想の物語。それを信じた彼らによって、王国は息を吹き返す。
Look at these two.
未知なるものを信じる力こそが全てを変えていく。
You love to see it. Maria being in the group is awesome.
でも精一杯歩みなさい。恐れず未知なる世界へと。
Thanks, Mom. Fantasy lives on. And need I say all the metaphors in this metaphorical game? By saving your clear data, certain things can transfer over as is to a new game. You can transfer currently owned items with some exceptions. Money, mag, royal virtues, scanned enemies, memorandum, archetype statuses, and total playtime. Oh, okay. Scanned enemies, memorandum, archetype statuses. Oh, okay. Yes. Imagine if I said no. Here. Does it change the menu? So what if I load it? Oh, that's cool though. 147 hours. Mind you, some of that is grinding, some of that is, I know I had the, I wouldn't say I had the game, like, just idle. But realistically, it was more like 120 hours. If I wasn't doing this recording thing. Okay, so the title didn't change. Damn. That was a game. That was an amazing game. It's crazy. I think I already beat it. I mean, it has been a while, but damn. Yeah, and I gotta say, Louis as a final boss, 3 phases is crazy. But definitely a challenge. It was worth, and it made sense for his character. The way they built him up, and just the way he wouldn't go down. Yes, that's a good boss fight. And like I said, you can make it as difficult or easier as you want. By either completing the little side bosses or ignoring them. It's up to you. But, I mean, definitely that's more of a New Game Plus thing. Yeah, it's gonna delay that. My bad. Yeah, it's definitely more New Game Plus just because of the level. It's actually insane. You know, and the reveal of the mother, that's also something that I kind of foresaw. There wasn't some uncertainty, but like during the section of the Sanctum when the prince came revived, that's when it kind of became clear. And then we finally got the confirmation at the end. More being our father was not something I suspected. I had an inkling at the beginning, but what threw me off was the character profiles and just the overall appearance. I couldn't imagine that. And also I couldn't get a really good look at the king, and I never imagined the age gap, you know, there. It never crossed my mind. So they did a really good job of hiding that. My thinking was he was just like another, like a friend. Maybe he was related to Louis. Something like that. Or a spirit. Also, the cat surviving Akademia was very interesting. Would this game need a continuation? No, I believe it's fine as is. It's a perfectly concluded story. Unless they can come up with something maybe a couple years into the future. maybe like a generation or two afterward. But this is a solid story as is. It's, yeah, it doesn't need a continuation. A self-contained story. It cleared up all the points from beginning to end. Very satisfying epilogue. Really satisfying. They knew what they were doing with Maria joining the crew at the end and getting to go out there on adventures. That was a really nice touch. Because, you know, they didn't have to do that. They really didn't. They just had to go, just had to be the king and his gang of partisans. But now it's like, oh no, we're bringing Maria this time. Because, you know, easy. We got nothing going on. We're just going out there to explore. And obviously we can protect her. So, yeah, that was for the fan. Oh my god, I did it again. I love that. Yeah, the OSC were banger. So yeah, really the only thing I could even consider nitpicking is the MP management and whatchamacallit. That last bit at the end with the final boss, making him weaker or leaving him as is. It wasn't clear. I'm gonna look back at the video and I'll leave a note to see if it was clear or not on the description. Because I really don't believe it was. Because otherwise that would have been my first intention to take out those bosses. And I would have recorded that, well... No, I probably wouldn't have recorded it because it was a lot of hours of running back and forth trying to conserve MP. I used none of the items I had. And while I was fighting, I did get some magma pills just from enemy drops. And I used that like near the end when I got to level 84. So, whatchamacallit? Yeah, that would have been a long grind. I'm sorry, I'm doing it again. I really gotta keep hitting. Any other concerns? Yeah, it was a really refreshing story, really refreshing experience for an Atlus game. I remember seeing this on the commercials when it first came out. I'm like, oh, it looks cool. It's Atlus, so I'm interested. And then people kept talking about it, and I'm like, okay, I want to really jump into this. And yeah, I was hooked. I would have finished earlier if it wasn't for other games just popping up, etc. Work and whatnot. This would have been done a lot sooner. And yeah, that's really all from me that I want to say. But yeah, I'll definitely be trying New Game Plus to test out a different build. Some of the archetypes I didn't really get to play with now that I feel more confident. But yeah, it was just a really enjoyable experience. Yeah, that's everything I want to say. If anything else occurs to me about the game that I want to say, I'll mention it in the comments. I mean, not the comments, the description of the video. But guys, this has been Golden Boy. Thank you so much for joining me on this experience if you've been here. And you should definitely check out this game if you haven't already. But yeah, that's all for me. Until the next series, take care of yourselves.